The air across Taiwan crackles with tension. It's not just the summer heat, it's the sound of fighter jets overhead, tanks in the streets, and a nation holding its breath. Today is July 10, 2025, and Taiwan is in the midst of its largest ever military exercise, Hankwang 41. This is no routine drill. It's a direct response to the growing threat from China. The stakes have never been higher, and the world is watching. For the people of Taiwan, these scenes are now part of daily life. School children watch soldiers set up anti-aircraft missiles in parks. Office workers navigate around armored vehicles on their commute. This is the reality of living next to a superpower that claims you as its own. China's leader, Xi Jinping, has made reunification with Taiwan a core goal, and he hasn't ruled out force. So, Taiwan prepares. These drills are a message. We will not surrender. We will fight for our home. The scale of Hankwang 41 is unprecedented. Every branch of the military is involved, and for the first time, civilians and reservists play a major role. Ordinary citizens practice air raid responses, first aid, and finding bomb shelters. The government calls this total defense. Every part of society has a role. This year's exercises showcase new weapons and strategies, many inspired by the war in Ukraine. Military planners have studied how a smaller nation can resist a larger aggressor. They're focusing on mobility, decentralization, and small, well-equipped units. The goal: make an invasion as costly and difficult as possible for China. Taiwan is turning itself into a porcupine, painful and dangerous to attack. The question is whether these preparations will be enough to deter the dragon across the strait. For now, Taiwan stands ready, determined to defend its freedom. The world is watching, and the outcome here could shape the future of the region. Hankwang 41 is more than a drill. It's a statement of survival. The island's fate hangs in the balance. Hankwang 41 is a full-scale simulation of a multi-front war. The scenario is brutally realistic, a surprise attack from China. The drills begin with simulated cyber attacks. Hackers try to take down Taiwan's power grid and communications. This is modern warfare. The first battlefield is digital. Next comes a missile barrage on key military targets, air bases, naval ports, radar stations. Taiwan's Air Force scrambles jets from hidden highways, testing their ability to survive a first strike. At sea, the Chinese Navy enforces a blockade, cutting off vital supplies. Taiwan's Navy and Coast Guard respond with hit-and-run tactics, using small missile boats to target larger Chinese vessels. The objective: break the blockade or make it too costly for China to sustain. The final phase is the amphibious assault. Chinese troops attempt to land on Taiwan's beaches. Taiwanese soldiers have fortified coastlines with mines, barbed wire, and hidden artillery. In cities, reservists practice urban warfare, turning streets into traps. The goal: stop the invasion on the beaches and in the cities. Hankwang 41 is a grim rehearsal for a war Taiwan hopes never comes, but every drill is a step toward readiness. To understand these drills, you have to understand the threat. China's Communist Party sees Taiwan as a breakaway province and has never ruled out force to achieve unification. Under Xi Jinping, military pressure has ramped up. China's navy is now the world's largest, and its warplanes and ships regularly encroach on Taiwan's air and sea space. These actions are meant to intimidate and wear down Taiwan's military, eroding its sovereignty. The threat isn't just military. China uses economic coercion, diplomatic isolation, and disinformation to undermine Taiwan. Beijing punishes countries and companies that support Taiwan and blocks its participation in global organizations. Online, fake news sows division and distrust in Taiwan's democracy. This relentless pressure is designed to break Taiwan's will without firing a shot. Hankwang 41 is a direct response to this escalating threat. Taiwan's leaders believe the danger is real and growing. The drills are a demonstration of resolve. Taiwan will not be intimidated. An invasion would come at an unimaginable cost. These exercises are crucial to Taiwan's deterrent strategy. They signal to Beijing and the world that Taiwan is ready to defend its freedom. The stakes could not be higher. Taiwan knows it can't match China tank or ship for ship. So it's adopted the porcupine strategy: make the island too painful to attack. The focus is on asymmetric warfare, small, mobile, lethal weapons that are hard to find and destroy. Taiwan is building thousands of anti-ship, anti-air, and land attack missiles like the Xiongfeng and Qiankeng systems. These can be moved around the island, creating a dense web of defenses. Drones are another game changer: cheap, expendable, and able to swarm enemy forces. Operators practice using drone swarms to identify and attack targets. The strategy also relies on a well-trained, motivated force, including expanded reserves and realistic, decentralized training. Small units are trained to operate independently if command is cut off. Even if leadership is targeted, resistance continues. Every quill of the porcupine is being sharpened. Taiwan is determined to make any invasion a nightmare. The war in Ukraine has been a wake-up call for Taiwan. The parallels are striking, a smaller democracy facing a larger authoritarian neighbor. Taiwan has studied Ukraine's resistance, adapting its own strategies. Mobile, man-portable weapons like javelins and stingers have inspired Taiwan to acquire and develop similar arms. Drills now include ambushes and urban warfare, turning small units into potent threats. Civilian resistance is also key. Public safety drills, updated shelters, and emergency kits are now standard. NGOs train volunteers in first aid and search and rescue. Taiwan is also learning to win the information war, countering disinformation and sharing its story globally. Han Kuang 41 is as much about morale and unity as military might. Ukraine's lessons are shaping Taiwan's fight for survival. The biggest question, what will the United States do? For decades, US policy was strategic ambiguity. No promise to defend Taiwan, but no denial either. Recently, US leaders have signaled stronger support with arms sales and military presence in the region. The Taiwan Relations Act obligates the US to help Taiwan defend itself, but direct intervention would risk war with another nuclear superpower. The debate in Washington is intense. Some fear provoking China, others stress the need to deter aggression. Taiwan's drills are designed to show both China and the US that it's a partner worth defending. The island's strategy assumes it must hold out alone until help arrives. Whether that help would come remains uncertain. Han Kuang 41 is a plea for support as much as a show of strength. The world is watching for America's answer. Just northeast of Taiwan lies Japan, a nation with a direct stake in Taiwan's fate. Japan's southern islands are just over 100 kilometers away. A conflict here would threaten its security and economy. Much of Japan's trade passes near Taiwan, and US bases in Japan would be vital in any defense. Japan is boosting its military, acquiring long-range missiles, and strengthening its southern defenses. Joint exercises with the US are more frequent, and Japanese observers watch Han Kuang 41 closely. Quiet coordination and intelligence sharing are underway. Japan and Taiwan's security are now inseparable. A Chinese takeover of Taiwan would be a strategic nightmare for Tokyo. The balance of power in Asia hangs in the balance. Taiwan's fate is a global issue. The island produces over 60% of the world's semiconductors, chips that power everything from phones to cars. War here would halt this industry, triggering a global recession and supply chain collapse. The economic shock would be felt in every household worldwide. Beyond economics, a Chinese attack would challenge the international order, emboldening other authoritarian regimes. The Han Kuang exercises matter for everyone. They're about defending democracy and stability. The Indo-Pacific's future and the world's hinges on Taiwan's defense. Taiwan is on the front line of a global struggle. Its fight is about more than its own people. It's about the principles that have kept the world stable. The ripples from this island could reshape the century. As Han Kuang 41 ends, Taiwan's determination is clear. The drills are a powerful statement but not a guarantee of safety. The porcupine strategy raises the cost of invasion, and lessons from Ukraine have made Taiwan a harder target. These exercises build confidence and send a message to China and the US. Taiwan is serious about defense, but China's military advantage grows, and the risk of miscalculation remains. The real test is whether these preparations can change Beijing's calculus. Taiwan is racing to build strength and international support, hoping to deter war long enough for peace. The drills are not a prelude to war, but a desperate attempt to prevent one. The ultimate decision lies in Beijing. Has Taiwan done enough to make China pause? The world watches and hopes the answer is yes. Taiwan's future, and perhaps the world's, depends on it.